Now, I have one secret for you that I think you will love. Becoming a better macro photographer is not always about acquiring new skills and getting new gear. It's more about stop making the mistakes we're doing. Now that's way more easy than learning new stuff, right? Now there's a particular mindset that makes you take awful photos. If you just get out of this way of thinking, you'll instantly take better photos. Many times, and we just take a quick shot and move on. It almost never turns into great photos. Anyway, I want to open this. I've been waiting for it for like a month or so. So let's see what's inside. If you usually stand up while taking macro shots, the first thing is simply stop doing that. So the second thing is to give the subject some looking space. Actually, just include dead space in your composition. That's a quiet area where nothing really happens, because it'll make the subject stand out that much more. Now, sometimes we forget about the next thing, and I often throw away images because the background is too close to the subject. Anything close to the subject takes away attention from it. The third thing that many beginners make when they start in macro photography is to rely too much on the autofocus. Just a tiny movement from the camera, from either you, from the wind, or just the subject, it's out of focus. The subject is kind of leaving that plane of focus that you have. Usually I switch to manual focus, and then I focus near the minimum focus distance. I rock gently back and forth, like just a few centimeters, and then I take a burst of shots. Anyway, I think we're ready to test this out. Let's go. Fourth mistake is to shoot against the odds, chase bugs or critters around that are not interested in photography, or maybe they're just too skittish. Now, instead, try to be patient and find out which insect you can easily approach. Now, the next mistake is also to do with shooting against the odds, and that's shooting at the wrong time of the day. Now, insects are often more calm near sunrise or sunset, or on overcast days because of the lower temperature. And you can get very close to them, insanely close actually, when their body temperature is low. Now, I've often fell into the trap of thinking that if I got all the technical aspects and the composition right, my photo would be award-winning. For me, insect photography is about something else. It's a matter of telling a story. I wait for a single gesture from the insect that makes it like it's curious or relatable or in some way emotional. The next mistake is really not knowing how to edit your photos. You can actually hurt it more than make it better. So I suggest that you take the time to learn how to edit your photos in whatever software you use. If you use Affinity Photo, I have created 2 video courses on how to go from, let's say, 0 to hero in editing your photos, and it covers both landscape, macro and wildlife photography. Let's move on to the bonus tip. You may think that flash doesn't belong into nature photography. In the beginning, I avoided using flash too, but I struggled with getting like enough depth of field and a fast enough shutter speed. Everything becomes so much easier when you use a flash. Even though the shutter speed is only like 1/200 or 1/250th of a second, the flash output is much faster, freezing any possible movement. You get more light, and this means that you can use larger aperture numbers like f11 or f13 without thinking about it, and it gives you so much more wiggle room in getting the subject in focus. If you've made it so far into the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I guess happy shooting. Take care. See you.